Koikimedia live. Lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ mo kí ìyá tó bí mi lọ́mọ. Mo ní kọ́lọ́run Elédùmarè kó jọ nínú ọlẹ́ ní gbogbo ìgbà tí mo bá rántí ìyá mi kó bá mi foríjì. Tó bá ti wá bá mi foríjì ìyá mi, kó bá mi tẹ̀ sí afẹ́fẹ́ rẹ̀. Gbogbo ohun tí ìyá náà fi sílẹ̀ kó má bàjẹ́, kó túbọ̀ máa gbòòrò lọ sókè. Kọ́lọ́run wọlá àlùbáríkà tí mo jẹ lára ìyá náà, gbogbo ohun tí ìyá náà ò lè ṣe kó tó di pé ọlọ́jọ́ dé, kọ́lọ́run bá mi foríjì ìyẹn ìyá tó bí mi lọ́mọ. May her soul continue to rest in peace because the pain is there, but life must move on, as they always say. But there is no day that I remember many late nights like this that we have to stay together to run this kind of program. So I continue to pray for my mother and pray that may the Creator continue to be with her. Not just my mother, but also my late father and all those that have passed on among your own family, friends, and loved ones. And on that note, I say good morning. It's coming up to 10 minutes to 4 a.m. in London at exactly 23rd of April 2026. Good morning, those of us on Instagram. Good morning on YouTube. Good morning on TikTok. Good morning on YouTube. Good morning on Facebook. And if you are in the evening somewhere in America, I say good morning, good evening. If you're in Australia, good morning. Moki gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa. The weather, it's not too bad. I've been up about an hour ago because I know I was going to be here to come out again and have conversation with my people. Báwo ni ṣe àlàáfíà ni mo bá yín? Mo kí wa pé ẹ káàárọ̀. If you're on my WhatsApp group, the advantage is that you will always be notified that I'm live. So even if you are working, even if you are not available, you can always go back and watch the live program. This is a live transmission coming from our not channel, I would say our social media, one of the best that nobody can talk about. Again, do not pick my video and download it and put it on your own YouTube channel or your Facebook. Whether you copy it from Facebook, the copyright still belongs to Koikimedia. We have not given anybody a copyright to pick our videos and download it or cut half of it, 30 minutes out of it, because you probably want to use it. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí, a fẹ́ nìkankan ní àyè mọ́ kó lo fídíò wa nítorí pé employ wa, ilé iṣẹ́ ni bíbáyìí, and we don't want any copyright. So kò ń ṣe pé tìjà, kò ń ṣe tìgbéraga, ilé iṣẹ́ ni. We just cannot afford to lose our time and our revenue. Lóòótọ́, you want to make use of it, but we don't want you to use it. Share the link, which is what I'm doing right now. Help us to share the link, which many people will look for it and they will come and watch it right here. So I don't know how long we're going to take, maybe up to 6 o'clock in the morning, 2 hours maximum. Or if I get tired early, I'll probably do a little bit shorter hour. Mourinho, Dr. Femi, thank you so much for the gift on TikTok. If you have never gifted us something before, maybe this is the best time for you to, give us something. We do collect Naira. We also collect pound sterling. So, mo kẹ́yìn tí ẹ ti wọlé, mo kẹ́yìn ìyá mi, ẹ̀yin bàbá, ẹ̀yin àbúrò, ẹ̀yin ẹ̀gbọ́n, ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ wa. So let's kickstart. Before we go into the program, I'm going to quickly give you the headline. We might probably talk about some other areas, but ibi tí mo fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí nìyẹn. Mo kí Prophet Eshegoni for the rose. Every rose is important to my heart. Not just that it's a money, because I will convert it to money and I will use it for my own internet service, which I pay for, my time, which I'm using, and probably to take care of my staff, which is very, very important. Every donation is voluntary, but we pray that many of you will help us, because without fund we can't do much. And I'm proud that you have qualified, hardworking Koikimedia team. We are working around the clock. If you have never been to our website, please try to visit it once a day, because from there you will pick a lot of things. www.koikimediainternationalnews.com. Kì í ṣe blogger. We are an organization. Before we read the national anthem, which is the Yoruba anthem anyway, let me remind us that I received from the company house that my tax return is due and I have to file it before May. So, ìyẹn la ṣe ń sọ fáwọn èèyàn wa pé without money we can't do much. Where is that email? The email came in yesterday. I have to put on my glasses. Yeah, that is it. Reminder, file your account for 31st of August 2024 to 30th of August 2025. They are now due to Koikimedia Limited. Mo kì í ṣe blogger. We are an organization. And this is something that we must remind you all the time, because some of you think because we just switch on the TikTok, we switch on the YouTube, and for that reason, you classify us as those that are blogging. I am not blogger. I still remain the spokesperson for Dr. Chief Sunday Igboho, and I stand with him. I believe his vision. I believe in his leadership. Likewise, I believe in the leadership of Professor Adebanji Akintoye. Mo kí àwọn mega rally, ẹ má bínú pé I don't normally mention you tá bá ń dárúkọ àwọn ẹgbẹ́ tá lè fi wọlé nìyí. So, on the 30th of May, I must file my account as the company director. You are legally responsible for filing account on time, even if your company is dormant or is not trading. You are still legally responsible. If you use an agent, which I do, I have an accountant. I'm owing my accountant, I think about some, couple of pounds. I have to pay him. Or accountant to do this for you. This email has the information you need to file on time. You can now understand why I say, don't use my video for now. Leave it. Let people find me. Let the viewership grow. Let the few that wants to watch me come to my channel. And if they are not interested, social media is a big place. They have the right to go somewhere else. But I'm sure many people want to listen to me because I'm different. Because I know that. So, and on that note, it's coming up to 2 minutes to 4. We've done about almost 8 minutes and we have not done our anthem. My late mother doesn't like that. Ani kokoka anthem kotomarojo. So on that note, I say, Iṣẹ́ wa fúnlẹ̀ wa, forílẹ̀ ibi wa, kágbéga, kágbéga, kágbéga fàlérí. Ìgbàgbọ́ wa ni pé, bá ti bẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká jọlá. Ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira ní kẹ́jẹ́ ká máa lépa. Ìtẹ̀síwájú fọ́pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára. Ọmọ Oòduà dìde, bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Wow. Mo kí brother mi, Yorùbá níyì, Mr. Lukman Kilani, and I need to turn the laptop here so that I can monitor the comment coming through, because if I miss anybody, because everybody is important and we don't want to miss you, especially, when you are greeting us and we are not responding. The difference between us and many other, like Moki Brother Ifa or Jewale, thank you so much. And it's important that you say good morning. Aziz Sakiru, in Koikimedia, Igbowo Osha. I met him in July for the very first time last year, and we have been having conversation from 5 years on Yoruba Nation. Yoruba Nation is an ongoing movement, and it is not yet dead. We continue to emphasize on this so that àwọn tó ń gbé mú pé Yorùbá Nation wo lẹ́ ń ṣe Yorùbá Nation wo Ìgbòho tó ti lọ join APC wo ẹ ṣe Yorùbá Nation kankan mọ́. We are still doing Yoruba Nation. But right now, there is what we called election coming in 2027. On our own end, I am not here to advise you on what you would do for 2027, but I will be discussing about 2027 moving forward, especially President Bola Tinubu is a Yoruba man. And the Yoruba believe that we can still have dialogue with him for a lot of things that we want for Southwest Nigeria, our interest. I saw Jonathan at the presidency yesterday. Jonathan made a lot of people in Niger Delta to be who they are today in terms of giving them almost everything that they want. I'm going to speak in English and Yoruba and Pidgin because of the topic I have this morning. I am not speaking on behalf of the Igbo. I don't care whether, their demands are met or not. They have a lot of people that can speak for themselves. But I'm going to look at Moki Brother Tony Ages, Moki Bolanle Ekaroma, and those silent listeners. I know you're there, you just don't want to talk. And you silent listeners. I know you're there. You're quiet. Some of you are probably using fake accounts. I don't know why. Some of you have been part of Koikimedia at the beginning, but all of a sudden, you have run away. It's not a problem. Moki Professor Adebanji Akitoye, the Yoruba Nation self-determination leader. We are very pleased. We are happy with him, with the work he's doing. And we pray that the God Almighty will give him the strength to carry on. Before we go into the discussion of this morning, Moki Brother TSG, thank you so much for joining us. Day before yesterday was a fantastic program when we had a conversation about whether President Tinubu will eventually give us a state police. The topic tonight, the topic this morning is completely different. Ashigoni brother, I'll speak to you in the morning tomorrow. I'll probably maybe catch up, for a cup of tea. So let us catch up for, a cup of tea. Cup of tea. I think we should do that. I know you're busy. I'm busy. Everybody's busy. We're trying, and we want to make a better impact for humanity, for those in Nigeria. Moki, Mr. Kolawole Ojo Babalola Motiri, I should turn this laptop on. Please support me because, it cost me a lot to run this program. Electricity, broadband is not free. So every donation is important. Your £1, your £2, your £50, it helps me, so that we can do more. So go easy. I have an iPad, my mother's iPad. Charge. Why is it not charging? Is it because I thought it should be charging so that, yeah, it's now charging. I have my mother's iPad, I have the iPhone, which we're using for TikTok. I have another iPhone, which I'm using for YouTube. I have a Samsung, Instagram. This is another one. We're going to start it. This is another one. 2 laptops, electricity. So imagine running this for 2 hours every day. With my staff on the other side, I have to pay internet for them every month. So, Al Jazeera is not free. Qatar government loan sponsor. So when you see Al Jazeera, Al Jazeera. The government for Qatar is paying for it. BBC is not free. It's TV license. Sky News are owned by the Murdoch, you know. So, and many more like that. So please remember to continue to support what we do on this channel. It is in the interest of everybody. So when people see us because we are here in our house, you see, it's Koikimedia. It's not free. So, Nigeria now, you know, those little you can help us with. Benny, journalism is not free. Al Jazeera pay me to write articles. Dr. Femi Owolade, one Al Jazeera pays him to write article. And we are never going to be proud of ourselves, and we're going to work tirelessly for what we are doing. So the topic this morning, Jagaban, President Tinubu, whatever name you want to call him. Some people call him all kind of names. But before my mother died, he told me categorically he doesn't want me to use any derogatory, showing boy right, for President Tinubu, the royal family. There are many people, she said to me, you are not allowed to use, you know, abusive words for them anymore. Derogatory. And it will be very nasty of me that after my mother died, that's when I'm now going to say, because I want to satisfy some people, I will call the court Tinubu some names that some of you are going to call him. We can call him Jagaban. You know, Jagaban is a name in the public that he also accepts. Anything short of that is precedent. Because I am saying this because some of you, your expectation is people like me. You want me to still be running the show like I started 5 years ago. We are moving forward. Okay? And I'm a very diplomatic guy. I know what some of you want me to say. Eshigoni, Dr. Femi, I appreciate every donation coming from you all the time. Are we going to see the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? How many of you know Nnamdi Kanu? The picture is at the back. For those of you that probably doesn't know him, let me just show you his picture here. I'm sure everybody knows Nnamdi Kanu. Abusing Yoruba people, Mr. Waris Jinadu, thank you so much. Benny, gone are those days. We are becoming more wiser. Koikimedia has grown up. I'm not going to be coming and be shouting. Now we do it slowly, but we still pass the message. How many people remember that Nnamdi Kanu was, you know, very, very nasty on Yoruba people, calling us all kind of names and everything, but we still had relationship with him, myself and Igboho. How many people know that? I mean, you've heard me say that before. Okay, I'm going to bring you on. I'll bring you on because you said you want to come on. How many people know Nnamdi Kanu? According to what we know on the AI overview, I'm just looking at what it's going to say. Nnamdi Kanu is a prominent British name. Do you know Nnamdi Kanu is a British citizen? How many people knows that? I know the Igbo people will flood this channel very soon because the moment they hear Nnamdi Kanu, they're coming. It's like Nnamdi Kanu is like someone that they love so much, like we love Igbo. They don't joke with Nnamdi Kanu. But the Igbos can be nasty sometimes with Yoruba people because they believe that they are wiser than us. Olusan Beni, I know. Nnamdi Kanu is currently, according to Waris Jinadu, in Sokoto dungeon. Do we agree with this kidnap? No. Rendition by Buhari Amalami? No. Ogunleye Oyebola, good morning. Nnamdi Kanu, Oko Kanu, is a prominent British Nigerian political activist, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. He's not the first one that have done Biafra. Ojukwu did it. He failed. But many people believe in Nnamdi Kanu, according to your mind, say MMK is the savior of the IPOB. The people in the southeast, they are ready to pay anything to get him out of the prison. They are ready to do everything láti gbé Nnamdi Kanu jáde kúrò nínú prison. If they can, do jailbreak, they will do it. But I don't think the government of Nigeria will allow any jailbreak like they've done with the terrorist Fulanis that invaded Kuje prison. This was an organization that Nnamdi Kanu founded on 2012, so just about some few years ago. He's best known for leading a movement that advocates for independence of Biafra region. Easy Dollar. I spoke to Easy yesterday. Easy is my brother that must visit in America, like many of you. He's a family. He's been to my mother's house before she died. Egbomi Dada, thank you, we love you. Nnamdi Kanu was born 7 years after Nigerian independence. Miss Grace says, my point is, why can't they let him and Sunday go? That's what we're discussing this morning. Muki Awa Taiwo, Muki Wuba America. Please power tab. This is a very important program this morning because I want to get to somewhere. I know some of you also have something to say. A lot of people have something to say in that kind of, comparison with Igbo and all that. But we have something we want to discuss. I'm just giving you the key background of Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu holds dual citizenship, even though says he doesn't want to be Nigerian. He has, but I don't think we have any official document that says he's no longer a Nigerian citizen. But Nnamdi Kanu says, I'm not a Nigerian citizen. But the British doesn't respect that British citizenship. Because if they do, they will have they will have really done everything to bring him back to UK. But so far, the British government has looked away because the British government doesn't like what Nnamdi Kanu is asking for. He had a Radio Biafra that he set up. I know people that set it up for him. I found out later after we started our own Yoruba Nation. Somebody that did that Radio Biafra for Nnamdi Kanu in London. I didn't know when he started it, but we did find out those that were part of the setup. And one of the reasons why he has been sentenced in Nigeria is because they said he was bringing a radio and I'm sure some of you knows, those cases. This was broadcasting from London, like I am doing now. The British government would literally not do anything for anyone campaigning to dissolution of Nigeria. If you like, shout from here to thy kingdom come. They will be looking at you. Not that they don't know we are there. British government, as you know, they shout Yoruba nation, not going by Biafra nation. We are not the only one. There are many people in this country that are campaigning for different things against their government. People are protesting against Palestine, injustice. People are protesting for Azerbaijan. People are protesting against the Turkish government. We have different people that are immigrants. Tap, 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 Benny. Tap, tap, tap. Many people that lives in the UK, and because of the UK law, there are things that you can do as long as it has got nothing to do with terrorism. Which is why the British government did not do anything. Even we took letter, we Yoruba people, we took letter to Downing Street. I facilitated that. Yes, I can boldly say that. That letter we took to Downing Street was my own idea to Babakitoye. And I know what we did to get that letter. Some say Igbo will never enter that door. But the letter was delivered. The letter made an impact because the government of Nigeria called the British ambassador and said, what is going on in London? So That is the background of Nnamdi Kanu, and that is just his picture there for the benefit of those of us that doesn't know him. Is one person well loved by his people. There's no doubt about it. Nnamdi Kanu is well loved. Nobody knew that Nnamdi Kanu was living in Kenya. Only few carcass of people that are close to him. Even Simon Ekpa never told me Nnamdi Kanu was in Kenya. People that I know that are Biafra never told me until he was kidnapped. Then we realized Nnamdi Kanu was using more of Kenya like a second place, like we are using Benin Republic. Many people know that Igboho was in Benin Republic, so eventually people like us, we go there. With my late mother, Baba Kitoye decided to move to Benin Republic and say, if you don't release Igboho, I am not going back to Nigeria. I'm not going to talk about more of Igboho, but what are the things that President Tinubu was able to use in 2020? When did President Tinubu contest the election? I'm not going to talk about more. I think it was 2020. Was it 22? When President Tinubu wale now? I almost forget the time where Tinubu come inside though. I think it was 2020. Is it 22 or 23? What? I don't know, later you now. Nígbà wo ni Tinubu wọlé 2021. Thank you so much, Mr. Ibrahim. That shows you are with me. Àwọn tó kò tí fi máa sùn. 2021 ni President Tinubu wọlé. 2021. When we were shouting then, no Nigeria, no election, no election. May 2023 ni, okay, 2023 ni President Tinubu Day. 2023, okay, thank you so much. So Buhari was still in power in 2021. 2021. Am I confused when people don't say, 2021, okay. And I say Baba did there, 2023. Now, do you know that before President Tinubu became president, what are the things that gave him that influence, that opportunity against the Northerners? Because we know that the Northerners never wanted Tinubu to become president. How many people remember that? That the North never wanted President Tinubu to be president. You know, we know that Emefiele, change the money. Eshigoni, Baba mi Abiodun George. I saw your message. But I'll reach out to you as soon as, because when people see us like this, which is good. But sometimes people don't understand that, if you don't have, you can't lie. So thank you so much, my brother. 2023. Can people tell me, what President Tinubu really used to become president as at that time? Just some of the things that you think. Yoruba Nation was number one. Alafia ni mo wa o. This your name, you be thief. Somebody said Tinubu used tribalism. Okay, which is right. I mean, everything we can throw out, anything you can think of, anything you can think of. As long as it's not derogatory, I won't read the comment out. There was a report that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was lured to Kenya to close a deal which was orchestrated by the Nigerian government using some of his kinsmen from the east before it was ordinary rendition to Nigeria. I won't say from what I heard, and I won't tell you my source, that Nnamdi Kanu lives in Kenya. But yes, there was some kind of back-end deal that Nnamdi Kanu come to, money, let's put it that way. Money was involved, and Nnamdi Kanu eventually fell for the trap. From what I heard, he drove himself to the airport, which I would never have done for somebody of his own status. He drove himself to the airport, and from that airport, they nabbed him. Imagine if he had just one person that person will have shot. Because for 5 days, his people never knew where he was. Nobody knew where Nnamdi Kanu was. And that was a problem. It's like somebody saying to me now, you know, every day I have to check on Igboho, even though yesterday I did not. But imagine for 5 days, I don't hear from Igboho. Somebody say, was it juju? Maybe, I mean, you know, Igbo people have their own juju as well. Like we Yoruba people have it. And Nnamdi Kanu is a believer of Christ. But Nnamdi Kanu, from what I heard, went to the airport on his own. And that was how they were able to pick him up. I don't know how he fought for that. Maybe the source, you know, when you have a, you know, a trusted source, you would think that, let me do it. Maybe nothing can happen. But a lot happened, and that is the reason why Nnamdi Kanu is now currently in jail in Sokoto State. It was the biggest red flag, yes. TG, I'm going to bring you in, my brother. I just want to do my own little bit. Mukiba Bawade Yami. Prince David said, Yoruba nation made Buhari to be scared and panic. Okay. He didn't went to show the businessman his address, so he went to the airport himself. Okay. Somebody says, I think these are again maybe people that know something, because everybody knows something more than themselves. I can say I know, I might not even know. I was close to Simon Ekpa. There are a few things that Simon Ekpa told us, me and Igboho, that cannot come and air and tell you. But somebody said that, you know, yeah, which is true. I mean, why do I want to let you know my house? I don't think I want anybody to know my house. So sometimes we put decoy. You might say you want to meet somebody, and you give that person, you say, we meet in Stratford by that coffee shop, and you are already there. You know the person, you are seeing the person, you are saying, okay, can we meet again in McDonald's? You are saying maybe there are some other. So, especially because of what we are doing, we don't do this nonsense here. I'm going to block you straight away. We don't do Emigoni Dowo. If you are hungry, you need money, please go to your politician. We don't need, if that 10K, look, this morning I've sent 60,000 to my team in Nigeria. It's not that it's a lot of money. So I don't want anybody come and beg money on my platform. This is not Cocoa Foundation, I'm sorry. Nnamdi Kanu was living in Kenya, but he wanted to meet up with some people, and it seems that meetup was all planned. It's like, we have seen a lot of people at the beginning, Koiki, let me see you. I say, even though I live in the UK, I was scared at some point to meet some people, because I know what could have happened, because Buhari was also after some of us. We know that. And we know that Buhari kidnapped Umaru Diko. But I'm not going to focus on my own. I want to focus on Nnamdi Kanu this morning. Because Nnamdi Kanu ni mo wá sọ. If we go back to when President Tinubu wanted to be president, we look at his strategy on the table. As at that time, Nnamdi Kanu was probably not a choice for him. Biafra was not a choice to lynch on. The Southeast was not a much choice. I'm talking about Nigbati President Tinubu Kokofi president, before, you know, at the first, the Southeast was probably not a big choice for him. But Yoruba Nation was a big choice for President Tinubu. Massive big choice. Because President Tinubu knows that we have been shouting that we want to leave Nigeria. And he must have told the Northerners and said, look, you see those people where they shout Yoruba Nation. If you don't allow me to be president, it's as easy as telling us Nigeria is gone. Now, let's fast forward. 4 years is coming to an end again. Whether that election was perfect or not, another election will hold. Whether you say it's not going to hold, Whether you say it's going to be whatever analysis we want to put out, election will be done, somebody will win. But what are the cards that President Tinubu is putting out again? What would be the card that President Tinubu will put out? Mr. Adeyemi David says, and I quote because I'm reading some of the comment, that somebody of Nnamdi Kanu's caliber should have been extremely very careful, knowing that the Nigerian government are after him. I'm sure he was, but maybe he just thought, let me do the driving alone, go to the airport. And when they were picking him from the airport, from what I heard, people saw them, masked man, but they thought maybe they were a government official picking somebody, that has committed a crime. So nobody done anything. Let's fast forward again. Election is coming again, and the Southeast is now part of the card for President Tinubu. When President Tinubu wanted to be president, the Southeast was not as a major card for him. Mr. Wari says, and I quote, the Yoruba Nation Awakening Rally in the UK, the UN, France, Italy, mainland Yoruba land state played out for Abat, which is Ahmed Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The Yoruba Nation was a big influence from President Tinubu to become the president. Because he didn't know what game Igboho, Babakitoye, and the rest of us, not just me alone, we were going to do to truncate what he wanted to do. And the Northerners were also not sure what game. Because I'm using the word game. Even the article said the same thing. Nobody knew at what point the Yoruba Nation might exit as at that time. But the heat was there because Igboho was pulling the crowd that politicians have never, been. Somebody is asking me, are you in support of Bola Ahmed Tinubu candidacy for second time in Nigeria? Am I in support? Who do you want to support? If it's you, who are you going to support? If I was to look at the whole candidacy, I will not support Atiku and Peter Obi. It's as simple as that. It's a fact. Call it tribalism, call it whatever. It has always been like that from, time memorial. So you want me, a Yoruba man, to endorse Atiku? Why should I endorse Atiku? Why should I endorse Peter Obi? Tinubu might not have favored me for anything. Because when we were in that heat up to say, can't move out of Nigeria, many Yoruba people that are now asking this question, you were not ready. So that has given you the answer. And I don't want to make it look like I didn't see your comment. I could have just ignored it. I see a lot of comments I can ignore. But we are interacting. We are humans. Mr. Adeyemi says, yes, of course. If not for our struggling that scared the Northerners, it would have been very difficult, if not possible, for Bola Tinubu to become the president in 2023. Your mind, it is not tribalism for Yoruba to support his own. Yoruba needs Tinubu at all costs for the second term. Mr. Bayo said, I appreciate your response. Yeah, thank you. Not that I hate Peter Obi or Atiku, but I would rather not put my card on them. But what I'm asking this morning is, what will President Tinubu use for the second term? Because he will probably not be able to use Yoruba Nation again. I sent a request to our TSG. I will allow some of you to also come in and have the conversation. It's coming up too early in the morning, but I just don't want to wake my neighbors. I want to keep my voice very low. Abiodun just says, I support Tinubu. Iyamaje everybody. President Tinubu wants to use President Tinubu is desperate for second term. Everybody knows that. You don't have to be told. President Tinubu could have said, I'm not interested in the second term and still support any candidacy from the APC. But do we think, I want to quickly just do my own small analysis, because by the time I bring you guys in, and Jack can sort me face, and I want to say something. So let me type in Nnamdi Kanu again back on Google and see what is the news popping up. Update, BBC, Nnamdi Kanu case, lawyer of a jail IPOB leader gave update about their appeal. Nnamdi Kanu 2 hours ago, in progress, ignore rumors, lawyer. Al Jazeera, Nigerian jail separatist leader Nnamdi Kanu for life, terrorism charges. I don't think he's a terrorist. Everybody knows that. It's just politics. But would Tinubu release Nnamdi Kanu as another card against the Northerners? That is the point I'm going. Are we likely to see President Tinubu use the card of Nnamdi Kanu to kick the hearts of the North, to say, look, I don't play the card with Yoruba people in 2023. Mojelo. I don't use that card. I can't use that card again, because already I have given Igboho freedom. Igboho is at home. Dr. Grace, apart from tribal card, what other reason do you have to vote Tinubu? Go on Google and ask that. Nigeria politics is not going to favor anybody, so don't come and ask me apart from tribalism. Because I can still believe that we asking for Yoruba Nation, we can dialogue with Tinubu. That is another reason. We can sit with Tinubu. We can allow Tinubu to work towards our own agenda. I am not sure. You don't have a name. You, user 721, go and change your name, put your own picture, and I'll answer that question. How can I be answering somebody that doesn't have a name on TikTok? You're asking me, Koikimedia, where people see my face. You don't get name, you don't get. I know the people. I will deal with you this morning because I know you will all be here because I'm talking about Nnamdi Kanu. Abi, Chooks alive. This one now, Chooks AZJ. You get name, you get picture. You where you don't get name, they ask me question, and I cannot read that question out until you go and change your profile, and I'll go and check to make sure it is you. If Atiku and Obi make it to the ballot as a separate candidate, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu may likely still be in prison. That's somebody on the. I no lie now. You don't get name. You they use. That means you are those that are even against Nnamdi Kanu. Tinubu is the best president. What? Is you that say that? I don't know. Anyway, let's quickly push it. The chances that President Tinubu will use Nnamdi Kanu for 2027 is the only one that knows when he will do that. Nnamdi Kanu is like a card that Tinubu is put in his pocket to tell the Northerners that say, look, you see that guy with the Shokoto, I can bring him out under whatever condition, whether you call it executive order, whatever order, and President Tinubu will use that to say, if you don't give me another second tenure, I might let Biafra go, and the North can become a little bit agitated. So I'm asking everyone this morning, everyone that has common sense, are we likely to see Tinubu that use Yoruba Nation? Because there's no doubt about it, Yoruba Nation was played with the North by Tinubu and whatever the caucus they were sitting together. This time around, is it going to be the turn of the Igbos that Tinubu will use that same card? Will that card work for his return in second tenure? Because whether we like it or not, it's either the North Aba truncate this election and Tinubu use whatever card in his hand. So I'm going to allow my brother to speak quickly because I know everybody's busy. It's 4:30 in the morning. I don't know why he's awake. Maybe it's because of me, or maybe he's working because we're all working. It's night shift. Me, how they do here. Let me hear from my brother Femi Arotokunle. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Koiki.
You're welcome, my
And
brother.
good morning, fellow Nigerians listening to Koikimedia today. It's very interesting what you brought on your platform today. And Koiki, I know you really don't know, but let me tell you something. My name is Oluwafemi Aratokun. And at the same time, my Igbo name is Obinna
Okay.
from Imo State.
Okay.
So I am equally dual, despite British or whatever. There is nothing new that Nnamdi Kanu did that has never been done before. I once asked Nnamdi Kanu in London here during one of his meetings that Nnamdi, if Igbo should break up from Nigeria today, where will I fit in? Will I fit in as a Yoruba man or as an Igbo man? The whole hall erupted. The meeting just ended that way. However, will Tinubu, the president of Nigeria, be able to use the race card or the tribal card this time around? Obviously, yes, it will be used. But when is what we don't know. Let us look at the pattern here at the moment. We have what we call the city boys. Sheyi Tinubu happens to marry who? An Igbo woman. And you're thinking there will be no gameplay here? There will be a gameplay. Considering the fact that almost
Before
everybody
you go
are
further,
now...
who is Tinubu playing that game with?
Tinubu is playing a race game that, you know what?
Is it the Northerners that are probably...
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Absolutely.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. It is so easy for Tinubu to give the executive order that, okay, Nnamdi Kanu should be jailed in the east or in the west. But they played it so smartly that Tinubu should be jailed. I mean, that Nnamdi Kanu should be jailed where? Not even Abuja, Sokoto. No. Think about it.
But let me come there. But President Tinubu was in power already when they were making that decision to send him to Sokoto. Was Tinubu aware of that? Was it presented to him that we will put Nnamdi Kanu in Sokoto, not in Kuje? Maybe Igbo people will not, jailbreak him out.
It was during the President Tinubu's time that Nnamdi was actually put in Sokoto's jail. But look at it this way. Despite the fact he was there, have you heard of any riots? No. Any jailbreak? No. Oh, sorry, she's Lebanese. Okay, sorry about that. But look at so many patterns. But if you look at Sheyi, most of Sheyi's friends are all Igbos. Majority of them are Igbos. And all these guys, they have a way they discuss certain things with themselves.
So are you saying that sorry to interject again, that Sheyi Tinubu is the one influencing his father, like we know Trump has influence of his children?
Look, I won't say Sheyi Tinubu is influencing the father. Okay. Let us be straight.
Because I don't want us to focus on Sheyi Tinubu. I would rather want us to focus on
that's what I'm
Tinubu.
saying. Let us be factual over here. If you want to talk about anybody that has really helped the father in presidency so far in Nigeria today, is Sheyi. Okay. It's a fact. Oja de Sita finally me. Okay. But this is my dad. Whatever you can say it. I will support my dad. But all I'm saying over here is simple. President Tinubu will use the race card, either we like it or not. He will use it, and he knows this might probably be his final time to use it and stuff. But what now happens after 2027 is exactly what we might not know. Because Buhari used it as well.
How? Remind us.
Buhari low risk card now. We want to go to cabinet. I didn't know Awusas.
Yeah, but Tinubu has already have a lot of Yoruba people in the cabinet that has favored him. Even, he didn't use Igbo again after he removed Wale Edun. He could have used another person, but he brought in another Yoruba guy.
And look, this will always go on and on and on and on and on and on. kò sí nǹkan tá a fẹ́ ṣe lórí nǹkan tó wà nílẹ̀. I'm not saying maybe, look, I'm a security consultant and I rather prefer very close, between everywhere. Tí n bá fẹ́ sọ pé, okay, TV station wo ló gbé mi jáde, everybody fi mọ̀, it's TVC.
Okay,
But
let me
does that
read
simply
one
mean
minute.
people
Let me read,
support all the
from
policies?
Ahmed. Ahmed says, and I quote, that you're wrong. We have many ethnicity in the north. Yes, we know. We know we have the Hausa, the Fulanis, and the others. The Kanoris, if I believe. But the Hausas has been, sublimed. I hope I'm writing that English. They've been put to the side. They are now trying to pop up. But what we are discussing this morning is, are we going to see Tinubu?
Ahmed should just be very, very reasonable here.
Thank you so much, Chooks.
We're not talking about Hausa, Igbo, and the rest. What we're talking is, if we divide Nigeria into two, we have the north, the east, and the west. Let us leave south, or southeast, or north central, and all the rest. The fact remains, Tinubu is the president, and he's got the race card with him. He's got the game plan, he's got the master plan, he's got the blueprint.
Why
It's just unfortunate.
why would Tinubu wants to use Nnamdi Kanu this time around, to...
He will because right now,
No. Let's correct that, Ahmed. Nobody has ever said Buhari used Hausa. Buhari was using Fulani. A lot of Fulanis that were in the cabinet. Hausa has been colonized. They've been, because I understand, where you're coming from.
You see, I don't want to use the word Hausa. I don't want to use the word Fulani. That was why I'm using Hausa.
Yeah, but we have to use it because Fulani is different from Hausa.
I know that they are different people. But all I'm just saying is, let us just generalize things the way they are, please. Okay. Either Fulani or Hausa or whatever it is. Let us call them the North.
The North. But they don't want to be called
that. Let us just say the North.
But just for now. Okay, just for the...
For now, let's just say the North.
Okay. So let's go back to the question.
Even let us look at it very well. Who owns certain... You see, Koiki... allow Tinubu to do whatever he wants to do. Buhari low 2 times a pay.
We are not saying that we will not allow him to use what he wants to use. I'm just looking at the game for 2027 because we know the game for 2023 that unless Tinubu become the president. Tinubu went to Gusted and says
Nnamdi Kanu will be out.
That's what I want to know. Because you've been going back and forth, you've not really said Nnamdi Kanu. So you believe that Nnamdi Kanu will be out before 2027?
I am telling you, Nnamdi Kanu will be out. And I can tell you for a fact, Nnamdi Kanu might probably just be well cooling off in Sokoto and not in the prison.
Now, if Nnamdi Kanu comes out, like Ahmed is saying there, does that mean that even if Peter Obi gets the presidential ticket, even because I don't think Atiku wants to let him have it, but let's say even if he gets it, how does that help Tinubu again? Because if Peter Obi becomes presidential aspirant, that might be a problem for Tinubu.
You see, even Peter Obi will definitely do the same, release Nnamdi Kanu instantly. Because the question is why has he done? Why has Nnamdi Kanu done? Talk. They worry about the Boko Haram people that they've been destroying everywhere and no one has been prosecuted so far.
I'm trying to get the message right. I don't want us to, everybody knows Nnamdi Kanu hasn't committed any crime. Even everybody says he has committed crime. But what we are saying is, election is coming. The days, the month is getting closer. Nobody knows what Tinubu wants to do. But Tinubu has indicated he wants to return back for second term. There's no doubt about it. How will he do so? Number one, Nnamdi Kanu is sitting there. Tinubu is the president. He's going to use Nnamdi Kanu. But what if Peter Obi becomes a presidential aspirant? I am not saying Peter Obi will release Nnamdi Kanu because Peter Obi is not yet the president. What happened between the friction of Nnamdi Kanu out, Peter Obi a presidential aspirant, Tinubu has released Nnamdi Kanu? Would Peter Obi, with Nnamdi Kanu favor Peter Obi, or will he be of favor back again to Tinubu that release him?
There will be some documents, there will be some conditions signed by Nnamdi Kanu before they can release him.
Okay.
And one of the conditions is maybe as we're releasing you, we're deporting you back to UK.
Which I think is likely because with the signing of Tinubu of that immigration pact with the UK, I am also suspecting something of sort. So deport him back to UK and let him live there, and because
Let him live there.
I don't
You can
think
start
Nnamdi
shouting
Kanu
over
might
there.
come out and
You can
endorse
be
Tinubu.
shouting from London.
I don't think
Who
Nnamdi Kanu
cares?
will come out and endorse
But
Tinubu.
remember one thing, Koiki.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sonny.
Why do you
joining
think
us.
after 37 years, Tinubu was given a royal visit, a royal welcome to UK?
Because the British still
That's a
want
sign
to
of
keep,
endorsement.
because the
Come on.
British still wants to keep Nigeria as one.
Yeah, that's a sign of endorsement as well. That's a sign of endorsement. So
Okay.
you see, in any way you look at it, I have two things that might likely happen. Nnamdi Kanu released to maybe Imo State or Anambra or whatever, or Nnamdi Kanu released and sent back to UK. One of the two will happen. Or another thing is, we're going to release you on certain conditions. You do not say a word, you do not do this, you do not do that, you do not do this, you do not do that. Those are the things. But again, I might be wrong. I'm only just giving my own analysis how things can play. It's a game now.
It's a game now. Okay, I'm coming. I'm coming with you. Your might on the YouTube comment section at Prince Iwa David. Tinubu will restructure Nigeria before he leaves. Fulani hegemonic is already shattered, and that is why they are desperate to return to power to undo everything that Tinubu has done. Austin Kanulu says this man does not know the British. Okay, so maybe you know the British more than him. Nobody knows the British because the British have been, one empire that has done conic things for many places around the globe, and they are still not, stopping till today. But at least Tinubu was giving, the state visit, and we know is a give and take. Mukiba Bawa Stephen Idowu. Let me come back again to you, Mr. Femi. Would election be allowed to hold in as much as the way things are now, the North are probably working in line with Tinubu, even though they might not. And the reason, hold on. The reason why I'm saying that is, if Tinubu drops Shetima, which we are likely to see, Shetima might not return as the as the vice president. Would that upset, the North?
You see, let me tell you one thing.
And you might say Nnamdi Kanu is not likely to take any deal from the federal
Honestly
government.
speaking, it's so unfortunate that Shetima was used as a guinea pig.
How?
Very, very unfortunate. But again, will election hold?
Ahmed is saying Shetima will scatter APC. APC is already going to scatter anyway. It doesn't matter because Tinubu will scatter it before.
Let me be honest with you. Election will hold, but election will not hold in many places or in some places.
Well, does that count? Because the result will still be coming.
It doesn't count because remember, APC seems to have the stronghold of many places. But again, we never can tell what will happen next month, in 2 months' time. All these governors and everybody can just start diverting their attention straight to ADC. So let's see how it goes. And again, the last minute card can be played whereby election is tomorrow and the next thing Tinubu says, Shetima, off you go tonight. What are you going to do?
If Shetima doesn't come back, does that have big impact for Tinubu re-election?
It's not going to have it, but again, it's going to make Shetima very powerless. Because they might be looking at Shetima right now as in, okay, Shetima might likely emerge to go to ADC.
Do you think so?
Ways and stuff. Yes. Very, very possible.
Let's come back to opposition. In the UK, opposition are very strong. We've seen Kemi Badenoch telling, I think about 2 MPs were told to leave the House of Commons when they were saying Prime Minister lied, which is something that they're not meant to use, and they stand with their words. Why is opposition not strong in Nigeria? Why do we have a very... Is it because they're working again with the present government? Because we know how politics works in Africa. Because you might say they're opposition, but at the middle of the night, they won't go to talk to the APC and say, why is it that we don't have a strong opposition?
Mr. Koiki, before you say why is opposition not working, how many politicians in UK have you seen living in Westminster area? Tumba Biyamuda. How many ló ń gbé ní Westminster? How many ló ń gbé ní Central London? Apart from bóyá constituency hotel tó máa sùn nǹkan báyẹn, tó ń dẹ̀ máa show receipts. They live within their boroughs. But at the Jackie election in Nigeria, we've made Nigerian political parties look so terrible. So this is where we are today. We cannot have a very strong opposition because they are not politically strong enough to do certain things themselves. I just saw politics Nigeria, I just saw the do or die affair, I just saw the what is in there for me.
Mumbai, hold on, Mr. Adeyemi. Okay.
Yeah. I just saw the what is in there for me. You see, I will allow other people to come in and say some other few things. But yes, Ahmad, you're right. Over here, you see politician Lori Keke. You see politician I will train.
Okay.
You see politician FSN ring. It's because of the precedents and the foundation they've laid here in UK.
All right.
In one of the groups, Timuwani Owo, they removed me because I spoke the truth out.
Well, people remove each other on WhatsApp group. Is even the unfollow was part of the reason why we lost a girl in London, according to the allegedly, because I'm not there. So they were following each other. So people remove each other from WhatsApp group.
You see, what
let me come back to you, Mr. TSG.
It's quite unfortunate that our political parties in Nigeria are not, the opposition parties are not strong enough.
All right.
Because they are not loyal to their words, they are not loyal to their constituency, they are only loyal to their pockets.
Okay, all right. We'll come back to you in a minute.
That is the reason.
Let me to mute.
Thank you so much.
Well, and anytime you still want to come in, we will let you come in. So just help us to mute. Moki Grandma Stella Shoden Shegoni, thank you so much. Mr. Adeyemi is live from Lagos. He's been part of our Yoruba Nation father. Yoruba Nation is a movement, just like the Biafra Nation. A lot of comparison has come all the time that Igbowo and Nnamdi Kanu are the same. Nnamdi Kanu is in prison, Igbowo is out. Baba, I don't know if Baba Sola Reba goes okay in Kiakia. Ekarosa.
President Tinubu, a game changer. When it comes to politics, that man is a mafia. So he would bring Kanu out more money. So it's when and how then the company so.
Okay.
Secondly, when we are talking about Nadana, we compare the light here from my own perspective. When we are talking about Nadana, you know that Bat has already break up Nadana into cases now. So you cannot expect the people of Bibi just because of the argument. So if they are
I will translate for those of you that do not understand. Let him land. I'm going.
So and the of people is the when we just can't move as so part of Northern come and support our full line.
Okay.
So break up the war, they not so technically is not to be more speak in one voice or to whatever. And if you look at trend of this now, it's because they are more aware. Even they are already as one case more. One thing I've heard, even already as one case more by just calling another, and they are using them as tools. So when it comes to the carrying of the goodies of politics, our full and they can only. But when it comes to one fellow, it can not. So look up to one person. But mainly, if you want to come back of Tinubu, Kanu.
Okay.
I will just be our national. Yoruba Nation is one of the factors. So they become our donor has considered for president at that time. I'm not saying it's only one by you. It might be very difficult to buy the different days because the new that is the increase of him at that time is to scatter the nation.
Okay.
So now my pay over no salary to Madu or Kanuma one day and not can never be the same.
That's the question I was going to ask you, Ketulo. What the question I was going to ask is: are we seeing Tinubu now allowing the middle belt to rise back because they've been subjugated, they've been suppressed by the Fulanis for a very long time, like you've explained me. The North is divided. Is President Tinubu now going to empower the middle belt a little bit better than what Buhari did?
Yes, he's doing that now. Talking about trend of things now. People look at Kaduna, look at that Kaduna governor. You will see that there is a peace in Kaduna now when you want to observe it compared to when El-Rufai and Buhari was there. Were there.
Okay.
There is peace. And the southern part of Kaduna, listen, you cannot tell them people come and support Tinubu.
Okay.
If you look at the indicators, I do like journalists, and you are following everything up. If you can't, you can look at it very well. Southern Canada is full support of APC now than any other thing. And you cannot tell me that Benue, another area now, they will support another person apart from Tinubu with Akume and other things that are there.
All right. The last question. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. You can never work against Tinubu.
Yeah, you probably not work against it because he has a lot of bags of corruption. No. It's because he has corruption cases and most of them doesn't want to go to prison. So they are all going to work for Tinubu. But if
government in power now, that's a system that is operating in Nigeria.
Okay. All right. Before I let you go, just the last question because if Tinubu releasing Nnamdi Kanu, Chooks is saying that even if, and we're still using the word if because he might probably not even release him, but I think it's just one of those cards that Tinubu have to use. Even if Tinubu releasing Nnamdi Kanu, most Igbos doesn't trust Tinubu. They're not going to vote for him. Would that still have any changes?
If Tinubu releases Kanu, it will change a lot though. Because
are the Igbos going to vote for Tinubu?
It will change their vote pattern. It may not be complete 100%, but it will change the vote pattern.
Okay, it will change the vote pattern. Yoruba Nation, Biafra Nation, Tinubu second term coming through, because nobody knows what is going to happen. If he returns back second term, what should we present? And probably maybe the Hausas, because we don't know what Fulani wants in the Nigeria. But if Tinubu returns back to power second term, if nobody knows what is going to happen tomorrow, so we're still very careful using the word if. If Tinubu return, should the Biafra, Yoruba Nation, Hausa present something to Tinubu in terms of what we want in Nigeria? Or should we just leave it for him to do Nigeria and then hand over power back in 2031, God's willing, if our life is still there,
No, we should not rest our voices. We should continue agitating. Because, number one, what I understand is that why we have less agitation is that
good morning, Mr. Paul.
One, most of the time we killing a bunch of like if they have created the state police and the revenue sharing formula have been affected, of all those things that are happening. I think even the Northerners, their interest in your government will be reduced because there won't be much at the center again to share again. If the local government have the generate and the administrator, they can generate and spend a greater percentage of their revenue on their own. I think there will be less agitation, but that should not stop for continuing agitating for our own independent nation.
Okay.
Because nobody can be like people will not be there for life. Or after 2031.
Maximum, yeah. They won't give him third term anyway, like Obasanjo. Nobody's going to give him third term. Okay.
Exactly. What will be our fate?
What will be our fate?
I believe that Babakituya and others will not be foolish enough to rest their parties that we should not be demanding for the Yoruba nation again.
Right.
I think everybody should continue demanding for for their nation, for their separate nation. I think it's better for everyone of it that way.
All right. Okay.
So,
thank you so much, sir.
thank you so much.
We are still here discussing. I mean, the brother, the father that spoke to us from Lagos was just explaining the same thing, that Tinubu is going to use Nnamdi Kanu as a card, for the second term. I saw a comment there that says, I think Tinubu should be now looking into referendum, a question that is very, very important. Mr. Tomo Tosho, so we want a conversation on Nigerian question through referendum. Referendum for the people that wants to say we want to have one country called Nigeria, or we probably don't want a Nigeria anymore. So, what do you think? Let's read what came out from Sarah Reporter yesterday, and I believe maybe this was what prompted the discussion that we are discussing this early hours of this morning. Good morning, from London. It is now 5 o'clock, so it's more or less like people are waking up ready to go to work, which is exactly what we are doing here as well. Mr. Ade say if Tinubu return, there will regional government towards the end of his government. So a lot of people believe that Tinubu will give a regional government towards the end of 2031. Tinubu doesn't want to let the cat out now, because if it does, maybe some people might say, no, it's too early. And probably that's the reason why Tinubu has kept muted around, such conversation. What do you think? You can request to come in. Watch the video I sent to you by retired Commodore OLAYOMI. Nigeria is not remendable. We have talked about all that on this platform. Maybe you are new to my channel. For 5 years, have I spoken to him before? No, not him. I haven't spoken to him, but I believe he knows me. We've used this video. We have a lot of videos that I can play at the background. You can hear the voice that says exactly what you're saying. Nigeria is, let me find one. I think this one might be good for us. Let me bring this one up. Most of them, the constitution that we have at the moment doesn't give a referendum. So Tinubu will have to work with the Senate to allow a referendum. But if a referendum is given, the question is, what will be the end of the referendum? So probably Tinubu might work towards regional. We don't want a regional. We want a full exit. But asking for a full exit, the question is, how is that going to materialize? How is that going to happen? These are pertinent questions that some people have challenged us to say you cannot be asking for Yoruba nation when actually the referendum does not have it. Now that we are now engaging the government, some people are now crying out again and saying this. Let me bring this audio. It's a video, but you can only listen to the soundtrack. And this is from Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Adegoke. Let's hear what he has to say. I hope my audio picks from my laptop. It's been playing out some days now. Let's hear what he has to say.
Nigeria is one indissoluble
Let's start from the beginning.
If the Constitution maintains by Section 2,
and this is a lawyer called Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Kunle Adegoke. Let's all hear what he has to say from this point. This is Koikimedia Live. Remember to support, is voluntary. Remember to pray for us. And remember to remember my mother that passed away in November last year. It's still very hot, but I'm managing. I'm coping. Like anybody will lose their loved ones. It's a mother we're talking now. So let's listen to him.
If the Constitution maintains by Section 2 that Nigeria is one indissoluble nation and doesn't provide for means or procedure by which a people or a particular sector of the nation, a federating people, can choose to say at this particular point we want to have a nation of our own, and it doesn't provide for a peaceful means by which this can be guaranteed, there will always be frictions.
Now, hear that. If the Constitution is not there for us to say you want to live, how you go live? You go fight war? That's what people are asking. Koiki, do you have what it takes to fight the federal government? Now that we're not fighting, excuse me, I could go make coffee now. I think it's getting early in the morning. Now that we're not fighting the government, we're engaging the government, either indirectly or directly. We're still getting people that are saying that should not happen. Let's go back after this. Magbein Wale, Mr. Tomosh Tosho to speak to us. If you want to speak to us, you got my studio number. If you don't know it, I don't know it off it myself. I'm going to get it for you in a minute. But what you can do also, you can send a request. Remember, this is a live transmission. We're engaging the people. Whether you say Yoruba Nation is dead is entirely up to you. Yoruba Nation is an ongoing movement. The Biafra say they want to go. Hausa are now saying we are tired of Fulani, marginalizing them. Even Ganduje says, I'll be Fulani man. Let's go ahead here.
Leading to violence, killings, and bloodshed. And to avoid this, it is imperative that we look at that provision of Section 2 that says that Nigeria is one indissoluble, indestructible entity that doesn't make provision for the procedure by which a people can advance the right to self-determination. There have been many occasions where, on so many occasions we hear from the Arewa People's Congress or whatever agitating that yes, if Nigeria cannot work, they want to go on their own. The Biafra agitators are there. We have the Odua Nation and what have you. If the Constitution provides for a procedure to determine peacefully whether a people can separate from Nigeria, you see that some of these agitations might be completely quenched. For instance,
are they going to quench? If we have a constitution that allows a referendum, are we going to see a quench? Let's go back to my guests that have joined us on the TikTok. I love TikTok because, you can bring them in. You've had our senior advocate of Nigeria. I don't know which angle you're going to come in from, but the panel is now yours.
Thank you, my brother OLAYOMI KOIKI. My name is Tio Motosho, aka Safety Domain.
Thank you so much. I know who you are. I know you're more
Okay.
I know.
You see, here's my point. I sent a current video by Commodore Kunle OLAYOMI. I sent it to your WhatsApp today. And it's a very recent interview.
Okay.
It was talking about restructuring is already too late, that it cannot even work. And he is saying, to the best of his knowledge, that Nigeria is at a point of no return. That Nigeria, because some people believe that they are born to rule, and they believe in complete taking over of other people's lands, Islamizing the entire nation, implementing Sharia across the entire country, and there is nothing that will make them to think otherwise. He said the only way is for everybody to just go their separate ways. I sent that video to you today. Why I was talking about the Nigerian question is this. The lawyer that was talking about the Constitution not having provision for referendum, he is right, but that's a constitution that all of us, everybody, believes that is not our constitution. Everybody believes that the 1999 constitution is a fraud. Everybody believes that, except those that are benefiting from it, everybody knows that that constitution is not a constitution of the people. They only say we the people. It wasn't subjected to any referendum, no adoption whatsoever, but it contains content that satisfies what the creator of that constitution wants for themselves in the contraption called Nigeria. As a result of that, President Bola Jonathan in 2014 said, look, Nigeria was amalgamated in 1914, and therefore there is a need for conversation. And he started quoting past the front runner of the Nigerian independence, of the Nigerian nation. He started saying that Obafemi Awolowo said Nigeria was a mere geographical expression, that Nigeria is not a nation, and there are no Nigerians, as in the same sense as we have the British, the Scottish, and the Welsh. And he also stated what Sir Ahmadu Bello said. Now, to cut the story short, my brother, President Jonathan called for constitutional conference, called for a review of a constitution, development of a constitution, which they come up with. I believe President Tinubu can equally look at the fragility of the nation, the unsustainability of the nation, the irredeemable status of the Nigerian country. Today, I'm not going to call it a nation. To say, look, let's be sincere to ourselves for once. Let us have a conversation. Do we want to be together? Just like President Jonathan did. He could do it to say, look, do we even want to live together? Let's have a conversation. And from there, we can now say, yes, we want to live together or not. And that is where referendum comes from. It doesn't have to be in that constitution because President Jonathan did not constitute that confab based on the 1999 constitution. It was based on the agitation that people said the 1999 constitution is unacceptable. So if we go back to that, and that becomes the reality that the fact that that 1999 constitution was not a constitution of the people, but they lied by saying we the people. If that remains the truth, then we should be sincere to ourselves for once and forget about the fact that whether it has provision for referendum or not, that is part of the fraud that was in it. But President Tinubu should take every opportunity right now to right the wrong by calling people together to answer the Nigerian question. And the Nigerian question is, Nigeria was amalgamated in 1914 without the consent of our fathers. It was amalgamated by the British in the interest of the British, not in the interest of the present Nigerians. For that reason, we are supposed to subject that amalgamation to a review in 2014. Now in 2026, it is better late than never. Let us come together and answer the Nigerian question, because it's a big issue right now that has led to insecurity and the loss of several lives in the Nigerian country. So we cannot continue to build lies upon lies and think we will ever get the truth at the end of the day. That is my submission, my brother. And that's why I made that comment.
Thank you so much for that submission. And I think I can help you to add this. Let's listen to this and we come back to you, the new person that have joined us. Let's hear from that person you talked about.
Of Nigeria. Thinking about how we've been having this conversation about the unity of Nigeria. And I reflect back at some of the prominent statements made by some of our founding leaders. And I feel that probably this will help us to have a conversation on the Nigerian unity. I just brought four, not to bore you. First, and I quote, not my statement, Nigeria is not a nation. It is a mere geographical expression. There are no Nigerians in the same sense as there are English, Welsh, or French. The word Nigerian is merely a distinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of Nigeria from those who do not. This is accredited to Chief Obafemi Awolowo, the former Prime Minister of the Western region. The second one, and I quote, it is true that we politicians always delight in talking loosely about the unity of Nigeria. 60 years ago, there was no country called Nigeria. What is now Nigeria consisted of several large and small communities, all of which were different in their outlooks and beliefs. The advent of the British and that of Western education has not materially altered the situation, and the many and varied communities have not knit themselves into a composite unit. This is accredited to Sir Amadu Bello, former Premier of Northern Region. The third, and I quote, since 1914, the British government has been trying to make Nigeria into one country. But the Nigerian people themselves are historically different in their backgrounds.
Before I let you go, Mr. Tiamotosho, Jonathan was at the presidency yesterday. What do you think they're having together? I mean, the two, one president and one ex. You know, Jonathan is used today the president. He knows what the building looks like. But yesterday was a guest with President Tinubu.
My brother, the fact remains that Nigerian politicians, they are tools in the hand of the British. I want to tell you that whoever becomes the president of Nigeria answers to the directive of the British. Now, for Jonathan, as at the time he was constituting and making those statements, he saw that, look, this country is divided. He saw that, look, they have done a lot of patch since the creation of Nigeria. And even the independence of Nigeria that released governance in the hand of our people, where we can now decide to say, okay, the British formed it for us, but now that it's in our hand, let's build it for ourselves. Let's do it the way we want. He realized that it never worked because the people themselves have no willingness to actually come together as one nation. Nigeria is like an orphan. And I want to tell you that the politicians understand this. So everybody realize that Nigeria does not belong to no one. It belongs to those who are there at that particular point in time. And that's why everybody see it like a whale, that everybody goes there to just cut their own. There is no patriotism as far as Nigerian country and the people in Nigeria is concerned. There is no patriotism. There is nothing like, this is something that our ancestors built. Let's build on what they built. So the fact remains that our ancestors did not form Nigeria. And so nobody owns it. It's like an orphan. Everybody goes there to deplete the resources, to take the resources for themselves, for their friends, and for their family. And that's exactly what unites our politicians. It does not matter the color or the shape of their political party.
Wow, thank you so much. Let's come to my next guest, but let me read some comment because we're streaming on multiple channels. Please subscribe, power tap. Even if you're not giving us any donation, pray for me, so that we remain very strong. We are on multiple channels: YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and we're doing all our best to keep it going. Let's read from the TikTok comment first. Chuk says, it is to the British advantage that things are falling apart and no longer at ease in Nigeria. But the British says Nigeria will be a great place to be by 2075. That's about 50 years from now. AB Sunday on YouTube says, Obi is no way to go. He's a chameleon. Nigerian power based on the northern part for long, but now that the power is drifting from that Fulani, Obi went there and wanted to return the power. So it seems what he's saying that Obi wants to work with Kwankwa. So Yomite says Jonathan is a joke. He wasted over $500 million on that failed constitutional conference that he knew that it will not be rectified and signed to. Obi Sunday says it is shown that Obi is the wrong one because the way it is now, history had been repeating itself. Back when Awolowo was raising this issue, Ojukwu was there opposing him because of his objective. Let's come back to the boss. Let's hear from you, sir.
Okay. Good morning from my area. I love the submission of the previous speaker, and that's one of the reasons that I decided to come in, because I like when people discuss with facts. Now I will start my own submission like this. We have many tribes in Nigeria today that have been caged in this Nigeria, and we don't even see any sign that they are gonna be free anytime soon. Then if you come closely now, you will see that I lived in Europe. If you come to Europe now, we have more than 15 countries in Europe that are below 10 million.
Please, about mute. The caller that... Okay, let me mute her because she's probably trying to get herself together. Go ahead. Sorry, the boss. Sorry for the interruption.
We have more than 10 countries, 15 countries in Europe that are less than 10 million. The reason why Europe divided themselves according to the languages that they speak is because they have understand their differences, and they know that if they break the countries according to the languages, people will be free to have the right to live together according to their language. If I am a Yoruba, for example, now, then we have a Yoruba nation. A Yoruba man will be the president. All of the ministers are going to be Yoruba. Then when we have grievances with either of them, it will be easier for us to deal with them, or to bring them to book. That is one of the importance of this division according to language. Now, I would like to name some countries that are below 10 million in Europe here, and they are doing perfectly well. I will start with Norway, Finland, Denmark, Bulgaria, Switzerland. We have Macedonia here, who are not even up to 1 million. We have Albania, we have Austria, we have Hungary, we have Greece, we have Portugal. There are many. There are more than 15 countries that are below 10 million. While we have many states in Nigeria, over 20 states in Nigeria are approaching 10 million inhabitants. I don't even understand why we pack people in this kind of union that we know we never ever work. I don't understand.
We never work.
Because me living in Europe for 30 years have made me understand that we are all different. We are all different. And the only thing we need today is to acknowledge our differences. Then we can come together as Africans, just like Europeans are doing.
Okay.
Because when I was living in Sweden,
let me come back. Let me interject. Sorry, because I've had what you've said is what we have talked about for many years. I want to go back to the discussion for the evening, because as much as I don't want us to move away from that angle, and I know you are from the southeast, from what you're saying, I can tell. Are we going to see the release of Nnamdi Kanu by President Tinubu as a card for the upcoming election? Whether people agree with that election, whether we disagree, whether we know election is going to make things work or not, but will Tinubu, because Tinubu used the card of the Yoruba nation, we know that, towards the coming for the first tenure. Now the second tenure, he probably won't really want to use it because it might not work again for the North. But would President Tinubu release Nnamdi Kanu before 2027?
We all know that he will release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to use him as a bait. And for me, it doesn't make sense, because the gentleman is fighting for corruption. He is fighting for corruption in Nigeria. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu don't even care about Biafra. He just wants a functioning country. And he found out that Nigeria can never function because we just have some people serving the British interests. So that's the reason why he took upon himself that if they don't want Nigeria to be good, he wants to go with his people. So Tinubu will use him, Tinubu will release him. They all know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is innocent of whatever they are pushing him. That's the system of Nigeria.
That's the system. And the last question before I go to my next panel is, what should you, from the southeast, we know what we're going to present to Tinubu if he becomes the president for the second tenure. What are you going to present to him? I know, all the city boys are saying, they'll be marginalized. A lot of people have different, I say Nigeria, everybody has their own agenda. But what I want to ask from you now is, what should your people in the southeast, the obese, the politicians, the big men, the Biafra, all together, what are you going to be presenting to Tinubu if he comes back? Because he will only have 4 years, and that 4 years will run like, yo-yo, because we saw Buhari came in, and before you know, it's gone, and even Buhari don't die now.
To start with, I know my people very much. Igbos are very, very, very strict. Igbos will not compromise Tinubu. That is what I'm scared of. They will not compromise Tinubu. Igbos are fed up more than most of the tribes in Nigeria. But the reason why they will not show it is because they are hard workers. So what I will say is this. He releases Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He doesn't release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We all know that Igbos will vote for Tinubu. For Peter Obi. We all know that. The reason why Igbos want to vote for Peter Obi is not because he's Igbo man. It is because they are seeing at least to minimize corruption in Nigeria, 50% will be done by Peter Obi. You know, one thing we Igbos like to say all the time is that we don't like to hide behind our shadow. We know that Tinubu cannot do anything good for us. We know that. We know that Tinubu have a background, a criminal background. So when you have somebody like that, it's difficult for him to be that change. For you to have a change.
That does not answer the question I asked you. The question is if he wins. I am not talking about Peter Obi being voted for by the Igbos. If Tinubu wins again, what should you present to him as your own package?
We don't owe Tinubu nothing because
so that means whatever he wants to do with the Southeast, he can do it, and if he leaves power, he leaves power.
But my brother, Tinubu haven't done anything to us. He haven't helped us before, and he cannot help us. One thing Nigerians fail to understand, that's why I acted as if I'm skipping your question. One thing Nigerians need to understand is that Tinubu is our servant. Tinubu is working with our taxpayers and our resources money. He doesn't owe nothing. Tinubu is not nobody to anybody.
Thank you so much. I'll come back to you. Thank you so much. Let's go to Yawa Banku's baby. You got the floor now for about 10 minutes, and I can interject in between. Go ahead, ma. Banku's baby, not DJ. I'll come back to you, DJ. Banku's baby, let us. I think she's. Banku's baby. The bank Bobby. All right. It seems that maybe she's probably not with us. Can you hear us, Banku's baby, one more time? You can invite baby to turn. Can you turn your mic on? Because I muted it when you were coming in because of the background noise. And very charge and con. Banku's baby, one more time. All right. Let's go to DJ for your own submission. You've had the discussion. The discussion first is, would Tinubu release Nnamdi Kanu? Without any other thing anybody wants to say, I want to hear, especially, I know, like I said, a lot of people from the Southeast will probably drop into the comment section, and probably maybe tomorrow we might fight again, they might not come back here. But tonight is all about, will Nnamdi Kanu be released by, Tinubu, and at what cost?
Okay, thank you so much. Koikimedia, are you hearing me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, thank you so much. Koikimedia, I really thank you for your steadfastness and everything you have done. And I really thank you for your support, both sides, Biafra and Oduduwa. And I really thank you for everything you have done, both how you are championing the struggle for the World Republic and also for the support for Biafra. And also when it seems that everything has crashed, you keep on moving. So thank you for that. Regarding the question you asked about Tinubu releasing Nnamdi Kanu, I think releasing Nnamdi Kanu will be probably a kind of bargaining. You understand? Because as you can see, the North is ganging up against Tinubu. What they believe in, saying that they have disappointed them in some way or the other. So I'm thinking about Tinubu is going to release Nnamdi Kanu for his interest, because when it seems like the North is coming after him, as they are doing now, using terrorism in all manner of things. So I think he's going to release Nnamdi Kanu to use it as a pushback to the North, not fears his belief and what he stands for. So the way I'm seeing it, when the time comes, Tinubu has no option than to release him, because he has a very big to say in terms of in Eastern region and the whole of Igbos at large, because the way things is going now.
Even if the Igbos will not vote him, like my brother said there, even if they're not going to vote him, because we know they're going to vote for Peter Obi, even if they're not going to vote him, he will still release Nnamdi Kanu.
No, forget about voting or not voting. Whether the Igbos vote or the Southeast vote, that does not matter, because as you can see, the people that are representing us, the people that are already engaging in this election of the team, even Southeast vote or not. But what I'm saying is that in terms of releasing Nnamdi Kanu, he's going to use it as to push back to the northern people and their threat. When he releases Nnamdi Kanu now, once Nnamdi Kanu speaks, the whole of Igbos and the whole Southeast regions will follow his idea. You understand? And releasing him will be as a kind of a condition, you know. Maybe you can go and maybe allow your people, you know, try to support him and not him.
Do you think Nnamdi Kanu would do that? We've seen Igboho says, look, you know, whatever anybody wants to say, I fully back Tinubu. Do you think Nnamdi Kanu would do the same?
No. What Nnamdi Kanu will do, maybe he will release him and send him back to London or Kenya. From there, he can make a broadcast and
decide whatever he wants to say.
Yes, but releasing him to go and agitate for Biafra is going to cause a lot of damage for his ambition. So releasing him is going to be number five, push back the northern hegemony and their fight against Tinubu re-election. You know, they are feeling that Tinubu has disappointed them both in all angles and all the rest. So try to fight him. Then he's going to release Nnamdi Kanu so that Nnamdi Kanu will push the northern hegemony back. You know, they fear him. One broadcast will destroy a whole lot of things, you know. And he's going to pen them, you know. Now they are even thinking that the agitation has ended. They are taking him to Sokoto and that rest. That everything about Nnamdi Kanu and the Igbo people has ended. So he's going to release him for his interest. So that is what I believe. Thank you so much.
Before you go, one more thing is, what should everybody present to Tinubu? This person at toilet today, they flush and they hear the thing where they do.
I cannot hear you, sir. I cannot hear you. You're not coming out.
I said, what should the Igbos present to Tinubu if, and we're still using the word if because election has not been done yet, even everybody's election has already been done, Tinubu is going to win, but it's still if. If Tinubu comes back for the second time, what should the Southeast in general, Biafra, Nigerians, restructure, you know, marginalization of the Igbo, what are you going to be presenting to Tinubu to look into in your own matter? Because we know what we're going to present to him.
Okay, that is our Southeast governors are representative.
Yes, I mean your representative and probably maybe some of your people that are agitating and the obese, everybody. I mean generally the whole of the Southeast, because everybody wants something out of Nigeria. Everybody has an agenda.
The only thing that will make the Southeast to support Tinubu with full chest is the release of Nnamdi Kanu, whether he releases him back to the Kenya or London or inside the job.
If he has done that, Nnamdi Kanu is released, he's back to Kenya, he's doing his broadcast, he's still talking. But now Tinubu is back in power. What are you expecting him to do for the Southeast before he finishes that tenure in 2031? Because I'm going to do a program another day where we discuss this power sharing of 4 years, because the power is going back to the North. We know that. So this is the last chance for Peter Obi to come out and either win or lose. The Southwest will not become president again after 2031. Power returns to the North. What is the expectation?
We are expecting a whole lot of things from Tinubu. Number one, a lot of things we don't have in the Southeast, such as adequate infrastructure. I believe Tinubu will do that. You understand? Because after supporting him, after supporting him, re-elect him back. I believe he will do a lot of things to Southeast because Tinubu, I don't think when he gets to second tenure, I don't think it's going to be easy for him to release power back to the North. Rather, he will choose somebody from the Southeast, and it's going to be the bargaining power with everything that we present to Tinubu and the support.
That angle you are saying is another angle we've never looked at. Tinubu going in 2031, make sure power goes back to Southeast.
I don't think so. I don't think so that after Tinubu's tenure, he relinquished power to the Southeast. I don't think so. Maybe probably from Niger Delta or South, or probably from the Yoruba land, you understand? So, but taking power back to the North, you know, they are going to come with a very huge amount of revenge. You understand? So, the only support we are going to give him is to give him support to re-elect him back. I prefer Tinubu to be in charge than to leave the power to the North, because as you can see.
But why is everybody scared about power going back to the North? Sorry, you know, because I have to. We're going to finish this program at 6 o'clock, so we have 30 minutes. Why is everybody scared of power going back to the North?
You know, the Northern people, they are sophisticated about power, and they are not doing.
Somebody said I am not audible. Why am I not audible? Why? Okay,
I don't know.
Let me come back out and come back in.
All right.
Let's come back again. Somebody said I'm not audible. All right. As long as my panel are audible, yeah, go ahead. I think maybe because of the system.
Okay, so the reason why we are afraid You understand? Because the Northerners, they feel that they own Nigeria. You understand?
Okay.
And then getting power back to 2027, they are going to use it as an advantage and as a revenge to deal with the South of what Tinubu is doing to them right now. You understand? Tinubu is trying to cut them off in all angles. You understand?
Okay.
So I don't think that Tinubu will relinquish power back to the North because it's going to be a very big battle. It might even lead to the breakup of Nigeria. These things we are clamoring for. You understand? Because this is two fight between two elephants. You understand?
Okay.
So
well,
that's
thank
my
you so
own
much.
suggestion.
Let's hope the British, doesn't. I'll follow you back. Let's hope the British doesn't come in and tell Tinubu, don't do that. Let power goes back to the North. I'll still give a shout out to our mother there, Bankus baby. I'm still calling you out again if you are still with us. If otherwise, it's in mute. So is it okay on mute so that we can hear you? If not, we go to the next person, AKA. Oh, I hope I got it right. Am I audible now?
Yes.
Go
You're
ahead.
right, brother. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
Well, we're coping. We're still here.
Are you in Nigeria? Or
no. I'm currently in UK. I'm not in Nigeria.
How is family?
Well, family are dead. The Chinese say business is good. Family are doing well.
Okay, I just came to your program. It's my first time to join you.
Okay.
I'm very glad to join your program. I'm happy for what you are saying and how you are helping the Nigerians.
Okay.
Mr. Koikimedia.
Okay.
I'm very happy to be in your mix.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I just came in, so I want to understand what is going on.
Well, the
what
question,
people are saying.
there's nothing going on. The question is, will Tinubu release Nnamdi Kanu, for his own re-election?
Yeah, of course. They have no choice.
They have no choice. Why do you say
They
that?
have not. The government have no choice.
Okay.
And they know that he commit no crime.
There's no doubt about it.
Yes, they know.
Okay.
They have no choice. It's on their neck, which they know.
Okay.
So maybe they can use it for politics to release him.
Okay.
So that he can win second tenure.
Okay.
But the masses are not happy with Tinubu.
There's no doubt about it.
There is hunger in the country.
Insecurity.
Like white people everywhere.
Mm.
Even you can watch on Monday what happened Lagos, Benin way.
I saw that. Yeah.
God is good. How Fulani now take everybody away, kill the driver. Many things are happening. Ogun State, Osun State, everywhere. Now we're not talking about.
Please, point of correction is not God is good, it's GEO.
GEO, sorry, my brother, sorry. GEO.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So much,
I'm
sir.
sorry.
Okay.
So, GEO, sorry, my brother.
Yeah.
So, you see what is happening in the country. I'm living in Spain. I'm in
Okay.
20-something years in Europe.
Yeah.
I live here, but my family is there. My mom, brother, friends are there.
Mm.
But what is going on is it's not good.
But the British says Nigeria will be a better place by 2075. Do you believe that statement from the British government?
With this government, I don't believe.
No. I'm talking about generalizing now. If Tinubu failed, another government comes in, that won't fail. But by 2075, you will have a country that is competing with India, Spain, and the rest of the world. I didn't say so. The British said so.
My brother, it's not possible. You know what Nigeria needs?
I'm telling you. Tell me.
Hmm?
I'm listening.
My brother,
I'm listening.
yeah, it's not possible. You know what Nigeria needs?
I don't know. Tell me.
To divide the country into 3 or 4 places.
Okay.
We need like referendum. You know what is referendum?
I know. Can you mute yourself?
Yeah.
You've just come in. Mute yourself at the background, please. Go ahead.
What is referendum is in Europe here. You can count some countries not up to 8-10 million in population.
But we don't have referendum clause in our constitution. We are just 20 minutes, and I want to really manage the time, bring the last person in, and then do my submission. We don't have a referendum clause. We had a video earlier on from the Senior Advocate of Nigeria that says there is no referendum clause. That is why there's a lot of heat going on for those agitating. Do you think that a referendum clause...
Lord Ligard make amalgamation that we have ended so that 100 years the marriage does not
everybody
work,
knows that. The question is,
if the marriage does not work, everybody will go on his own.
But the
You know
politician,
that?
I know that, but politician doesn't want to go. My question is how to go now is what we are discussing. The guy don't die, he don't leave us. All these problems
Yes,
still there.
he don't buy.
He don't buy. How do we exit? There's no referendum. How do we exit that union? And who is going to push it forward? Is it the Igbo politicians, the Yoruba politicians, the northern politicians, to be able to get that referendum clause? I'm not talking about it. Everybody knows what the guy did was wrong.
My brother will have to join hands together.
Join us together, okay.
Because if you can see what is happening in Nigeria, I live in North, I live in Borno State, where the Boko Haram started. I went to school there. I speak Hausa, I speak Beriberi, I speak even Fulani.
Wow.
You understand?
Yeah.
I went to school there.
Okay.
I have my business till I left, 1999, 2000, to Europe.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to tell you is that Nigeria is fair state.
There's no doubt about that. I know that.
It's a fair state.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
So what we need is to share the country. Let everybody go and rest.
Separate ways. All right. Thank you so much, for joining us this morning. We appreciate, your time. In Spain, it's also almost the same time like UK. The last person there,
yes.
Let's hear from you. Go ahead.
Exactly. I will manage this little time. Good morning, all.
You're welcome.
Mr. Koikimedia, yes. I've been with you for a very long time.
Okay.
When you were with this our brother Igbo.
I'm still with
from
you.
Beginning.
I never go anywhere. We're still together. Go ahead. Let's go straight to the discussion.
So my point is, I came on because I heard you. A question you stoned to this our brother right now was the reason why I came up. You asked him that British said in 2020 whatever that Nigeria
2075 that Nigeria will be number 5 in the global world.
Please, my brother, for we, those of us that are in Western world here, at least we can see, we are learning. Let no one continue to watch our brain with this their wells telling us rubbish for over 60-something years. Why is their own country not going that way? They keep using us for interest. Look, we've seen it clearly. It is the only way is to go separate way. We've been our own before they came in. They came in not for our own interest. We've seen the whole map, the whole strategy. They came in for their own interest, not for us.
Okay.
Take a look and see what is happening in our own country. With all the resources we had, we're not supposed to even go out. The West person, the Northern, the Nigerian. But the problem is that the Northern are afraid. I don't know why they're always afraid when we say, let's go our separate way. I don't know why. They are the problem. And they are the one the British are using. They are the ones.
So, should Tinubu come back or whoever becomes the next president, or we're using the word should, and if it lose, another person comes, should he come back and power goes back in 2031? Definitely, with the way they are structured, the 4 years they are doing, all this, the way politicians have put it, power will go back to the north, right?
We've seen it clearly. We've seen the map is already there. Even before Buhari, Tinubu already was there with them. They planned this, and these people are doing this for their own selfish interest, not for Nigerians. Okay. It's the high time we all should begin to know. One person will come and tell you, I will do this, this will happen. At the end of the day, zero. My God. Okay. It's so annoying that we keep hearing same strategy and wasting lives.
So what are the options on the table for,
The option for me is that every one of us learned one should stand up on this separate way. Everybody should go their way and we will move forward.
So are we saying our politicians are not learned to understand this?
Those some of them don't even have a primary elementary. Okay. Do we have any politicians here? Those are just for their families. For their own family. If they are okay, why they should let their children go into the Nigerian military or Nigerian police if they know they are really fighting for Nigerians? Okay. Why are they shifting their children over here?
Well, we saw Buhari's son wants to contest for house in I think Kaduna or Katsina. I saw that news on my my team that yesterday. All right, because of the time, that's why I'm just I want to make sure we
leave.
This
is so heartbreaking, Biko.
It is heartbreaking, Biko. Thank you so much. The last person is now back with me. He actually dropped. That's why we brought him back. General Joe, go ahead. We got 5 minutes.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning. Good morning. First of all, I would have to thank you. It's Network that dropped me. I know you didn't drop me.
Yeah.
I have to thank you for bringing me up. So I will just go straight to the point because I know you are about going now.
Yes.
You know what? Like about 2-3 guys that first spoke last time.
Yes.
What that guy said regarding to what they call it, regarding to the country. One second, please. Let me do this. Regarding to one country, a country like you was mentioning, Sweden, Denmark, Norway,
and all that. Yeah.
We are in a Western country. We know what's going on. Like what he was saying, everybody speaks the same language. Like Austria, they speak like a German, Dutch. But it's not like Nigeria that have different type of languages. When they say Wazobia, that's where we are having problem in that country. Now, Igbo people be clamoring, they want to go. Let me tell you, I have to be frank with you. If you give Igbo a president of that country today, now you see this agitation will stop. Yes, I'm telling you.
This angle where you just bring now is open another worm. Are you saying that if Peter Obi becomes president, all agitation will end from the southeast?
And let me tell you, I know what I'm saying. I'm a Benin man. I know what I'm saying. I said, if evil vice president or even the third command as a senior president, you see all this agitation will stop. Because they are feeling bad that ever since after the Civil War, they have never gotten a very tangible position in that country. That's why you see they are agitating. That's number one. Let me tell you, you see, this country just made measurement. They are not up to 10. They are not. As an the Eastern region, we want to tell me that they are not up to 10 million. Because they know if they go, they will have problem. Because they don't have access to the sea. Their land is landlocked. That is the reason why they are trying to take other people along. And those people they want to take along, those people, they are not Igbos. You understand me? Those people, they are not Igbos. They know, if we are to be Igbos, they are Calabar. They are in Calabar or Port Harcourt or even Warri. For a very long time, they will have go. But tell them now that take your 5 states and go. You will see they will be drawing back. They won't go because why? They want to take other people that doesn't belong to them, like Calabar, because most people don't understand. That is why we're having that problem in that country. This Wazobia consent. Okay, now, I was overhearing where some people were saying, after Tinubu now, the power will go back to North. Is it only North and Yoruba and Igbo?
What about the others?
What about the rest of the people? That's why they are getting it wrong. And that if they continue like this, you see this country. I'm not swearing for the country because somebody that said the truth, that is the person that always say that person is a bad person. Let me tell you, Igbo are clamoring. They want to go. They don't have it in mind. They don't want to go. They are not going. You are just using that one just to disturb the country.
You don't break people this morning, no.
People
will not be happy with this your statement. They disagree with you. I can read it from the comment section. They say you're saying
if they disagree with me, okay, if they want to go, let them take Abia, Owerri, Enugu, Onitsha or whatever, or that 5 state and go. Let them do it and go. We will support them. No question of dragging Port Harcourt, Delta, even Adibini, other places they are dragging all those things. If they want to go, let them come out and say, yes, they want to go. They have taken their 5 states or they want to go. Even one state is still pulling out from them now, Ebonyi, say they don't want to belong to them. Because of our way and manner, they are doing something. Let us be frank. When we see the truth, we say it out.
Okay.
There's a parable say if you say the truth, you will die. If you don't say the truth, you will still die. But just say the truth and die. You die for the truth. You die for the truth. The truth of the matter is that these people they don't want to go. That is the truth. If you see, if this might happen to come down today now, what they call it, Ashowaju. If Ashowaju come down today now, you see they will forget about Ashowaju. The next person that is in power, they will be shouting of that person again. When Buhari was in power, it's not a Buhari. When Buhari pull out now, it's not Tinubu. Is it Tinubu that brings security to the country? That insecurity has been there for a very long time. See, let me tell you, if you demarket your country, if you are not demarketing only the country, you are even still demarketing yourself.
Okay.
When I travel to Australia, before the reason why I'm talking all these things now, when I travel to Australia, when you bring your passport come out, your passport look like even better than our passport. Because of the way and manner these people are doing things. If anything is good for their side, they'll say they are Biafra. But there's one video going on in circulation now, where they catch one guy, he says he's a pastor or whatever, and he carries some market. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So a powder. I don't want. He carries some market, but he wanted to run. It was I think a Korea area. This Asia country. He wanted to run. They catch him and bring him back. They blood his face. They don't want us to know the person. Why are we doing all these things? If we say we don't want the country to be one.
But that is a crime that everybody commits in different ways. You're about to commit some crimes. But what you, as an example, what do you want out of a Nigeria as it is today? You want a Nigeria where everybody is what?
Listen, if we want that Nigeria to work, I want to tell you that, when we are playing football, international football, which is World Cup, you will see that everybody will be watching in a beer parlor because there's no loud. But where Nigeria score, you will see the rate everybody will be jubilating and praising ourselves, do something. We will not discriminate. This one Hausa, this one Igbo, this one Benin, this one this or this or that. Everybody will be happy together because we are one. I don't know if you notice it.
Okay, yeah, I've seen it.
After once the ball finish, you see this one saying, I don't mind this one I'm more Igbo, don't mind this one I'm more Yoruba, don't mind this one. Discrimination, that is what is causing that problem in that country. Okay. Discrimination. Okay. Let all of us count as one. Share things equally. When we share things equally, where this one take, this one take, this one take, this one take.
Everybody will then be able to work together.
It's just like you now. You are home. It's just like you now. You are home. You are the head of the house.
You have just 1 minute left. Okay.
Okay, 1 second.
Your network is breaking. Go back and maybe move from where you are before. Your network is breaking. All right.
Let everybody, if everybody bring her together and carry that country up, okay, you will see that that country will still stand again. Can you still hear me?
Loud and clear, yes.
Okay, I don't know if you know somebody. They call Attorney Nahoro.
I know him.
When Attorney Nahoro, they want to bring everybody together, as at that Attorney Nahoro now said, this thing that we are going to do now, it's not good to again say water and oil cannot mix together.
Okay.
Because this man, what's the name of this man? Not Nnamdi Kanu. Azikiwe.
Okay.
Because you want power, whatever, he say everybody should still come down together. Make everybody come down together, this and that. Because they want. You see, when this Ago was in power, the whole thing, military resources they have in different places and everything. The money coming from that place for cocoa from the west and everything. They were using it to develop Enugu. Go to Enugu. If you reach Enugu is very fine. Enugu is better than the rest of that state in that place. What are we talking about? All these things we are saying, they know what is going on.
Thank you so much. I mean, this is your own angle. I will have to expand it in my next
I didn't come up, but I will bring out so many points when these people, okay, you say you need what they call them,
Biafra.
Seaport.
Okay,
do you have water?
Yeah. Do they have water?
You say you need seaport. Do you have water? If I just say they can drill, they want to drill a seaport to your place. Do you know how many states that water will take? It will take a Owerri. It will take what they call it many places,
dredging.
If they want to dredge it to make sure that they have it, you know how many? That means there may only maybe one. They will have only 1 or 2 states left in that place. You don't have water. You say it's all this kind of things just to destabilize the country. Disturbing the country. They don't want the country to move forward.
Thank you so much.
There's an date now. They
yeah.
say, picking where say make him mama not sleep. Instead, not go still sleep.
Everybody wants to sleep. Let's hope we can sleep. I'll follow you back.
No,
so
but
that next
I know
time,
what I'm saying. I just it's
right.
an date.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so
if
much.
you say you don't want to make the country do okay, you still like me now. I did for here. All my children they did for here. I don't get. I did receive. I did receive the small money when I did get for here. It did reach me to feed myself and my family. So let's make all of the day. Okay, now.
Right, no, I'm gonna go now, brother. Sorry about that.
Meanwhile, they talk now. I'll talk say I don't get a standing family where they suffer for home. I get now. A standing family where they suffer for home.
We're gonna let him go. If I keep him there, he's gonna let me pass 6 a.m. and not because of anything. I just have to go at exactly 6 a.m. Let me catch up with some of your comments. Lady K, my beautiful sister, make sure you patronize Lady K. Lady K store in Canada. And when you like Jenny, everything from African food, you can be rest assured you get it from my beautiful sister, the Lady K. Well, we are coming to the end of the broadcast. It seems a lot of people disagree with the last speaker, but on this platform, he has his own say. Now, Gogoro, man, the guy avoided the killings. All right, thank you so much, Ganilo. The country can never stand again. Our eyes is wide open. This is the beauty of, what, our forefathers were unable to do in terms of, the communication. Communication was quite expensive back then, but today communication is there, and we can use it at our own advantage. We will agree and disagree. If the British hasn't joined us together, we will still have problems together. I'm sure you know that. Maybe some people will still want to marginalize others. I'm talking about if there was never an amalgamation. But the topic before we go was, are we going to see Nnamdi Kanu released by President Tinubu before 2027? And a lot of you agree that yes, Tinubu will use that as a card. Okay, whatever you are saying that my mother say, if anybody say anything we know, be the thing we go make you want shout, scream, just let the person go. Okay, it's my platform, and whatever I bring in, it doesn't have to favor everybody, and that's about it. So anyway, let's come back to the closing remark. Many of my viewers this morning in the last almost 1 hour 27 minutes agree that President Tinubu will release Nnamdi Kanu. When, we don't know. How is that going to take place? We know that some of your king, which will bring the last video that I'm going to play, and then that video was when that Obi, I believe, spoke to President Tinubu right there in Abuja to his face that if people not tell you, me, I will speak. And that will be the last video, and we end it at exactly, as I said, 6 a.m. So I have 3 minutes. I hope this video loads quickly so that we can play that video and you can all listen. Let me see if it comes from this side quickly, because this one is just rolling as if, tire we no get. Once again, remember to subscribe, follow us, support. Very, very important. We are not blogger, we are organization. And this is the sound from that particular clip. I think his name is Eze Lawrence Agubuzu, Eze Ogubechinodo of Ezima Olo Kingdom in Enugu. He spoke with Oni of Ife there. Everybody there, this is what he has to say.
And he was gingering all of us to work as a family, to work as a team, to see Nigeria as one. And then I felt maybe this is good. But when you look at it, this same Imperial Majesty is arranging to confer a very high honor on Sunday Bo, who in my own part of Nigeria in the southeast, we see him as a counterpart of Nnamdi Kanu.
I can see President Tinubu laughing there, like that, laughing and laughing. Oni of Ife, a lot of the emirs, a lot of the Obi, a full packed room.
And my brother, fellow royal father, the Imperial Majesty, does not seem to understand the pain in my heart when Nnamdi Kanu is in Sokoto. So, sir, the ball stops on your court.
The ball stops on your court, President Tinubu. That is from one of the Eze pleading on behalf of Nnamdi Kanu that the ball stops at Tinubu's court. That is about it this morning. I hope you've enjoyed it. Comment, share, and remember, do not download the video. Allow people to come in and watch it from here. Mo kí gbogbo èèyàn wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí tí ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa ní orí ìkànnì náà. Orúkọ mi ni OLAYOMI KOIKI tí gbogbo yín mọ̀ sí Koikimedia, the last man standing. As we leave you this morning, enjoy the rest of the day wherever you are. Stay safe and be blessed. Bye for now.